Came back to order and there were no decisions made in executive session. You have anything else?
Nope, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good day. Be
You too.
careful.
JR?
Hello. Hey, bud.
I'm not sure if it was on there, but I'm here about recycling and get stuff cleared up about that finally. I talked to the council at the last meeting in reference to the dead end we're on with everything except cardboard, chipboard, and aluminum. Those all still have a value to like Sunoco. We can keep the balers with those, but I guess I'm here to just officially hopefully get it understood that all that other stuff becomes household trash. I've talked to Byron, talked to Steve. I mean, we've had this same discussion. The last load we took to Hutch was in October, and we paid, well, we put 100 gallons of diesel in a truck. We paid $96 a ton to get rid of 1.5 tons of plastic. The practical nature of it just isn't there. And continuing to take stuff, thinking there might be another solution, we compacted a whole truck full of it. We took it to the landfill. It has a memory. Why would you do that anyway? It doesn't really save anything. That was by Byron's account that you're not saving enough room with the air in that's worth that. Mm-hmm. Since then, we've been baling the plastic just to deal with it. Byron said he would take those and bury those, to get rid of them. We also have a lot of glass because until we had our messaging correct and the county on board, we didn't want to stop taking this stuff. So we've got 5 baled plastic, 28 totes of glass, and 37 containers of newspaper, magazines, and junk mail. Now, technically, newspapers, magazines, and junk mail are chipboard, but we can't bale them, and they won't take it unless it's baled. And the actual volume of that is not relevant, again, by Byron's account, and I think some of the conversations we've had. So literally, I think we're down to just doing the aluminum, which can be sold directly, the cardboard, and the chipboard only, not the other things associated with it, which Sunoco still picks up and pays a marked down price from market in order for us to use the balers. My understanding from talking to Byron is, of course, the chipboard and the cardboard are one of the biggest fillers and that is well worth it. Plus, there is actually, I don't know if there's really a return by the time we do the labor, but it has an actual positive effect on the dump. So aluminum, we can collect it, we can resell that stuff. So I think that's all that makes sense for us to do. I guess if we agree on that, just have to be the same on the messaging as far as at the landfill and the city, because we're gonna need to put up a sign. We're gonna stop taking that. I think that may very well upset some people. They're gonna have questions about it, but there's no practical way to deal with the stuff in any other way, and it's not benefiting the landfill in a way that makes it worth spending money on.
And we're paying too much money to get rid of it anyway.
Yeah, it's just, it just makes no sense to, think of the carbon footprint, burning 100 gallons of diesel to get rid of 1.5 tons of plastic. So I think it's really obvious that's where we're at. We extended this time period out thinking maybe some other resource would be there. Sunoco has offered to take the plastic, but they would charge us to do it. Again, it goes back to why are we going to handle it if we're going to pay somebody to take it and it's not having a bad effect on the landfill. So if we can be in agreement on that, I guess I just need to put up the signs and get started into it. I think it's going to be a little messy getting rid of it, or getting people to understand that. They've been doing this stuff a long time, but we've got to get started. Just rip the Band-Aid off, I think.
Was the state talking about banning plastic bags?
I have not heard that.
There's a resolution
Yeah, I've seen it on.
banning plastic, but they're trying to get it rescinded. Let counties do it, county by county.
County, because I know in Oregon you can't have them, but we're quite a ways from them, as we all know.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much trouble they are anyway.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, I mean, look in fence lines in any state in the United States, it's just horrible.
Here, I mean, it's down from what it used to be, but
Yeah.
you still see them in trees and.
Yep, it's terrible. The one thing I would ask, because we've got the transition, we've got all this stuff to get rid of, I'm hoping the county doesn't charge the city for getting rid of this final stuff by the ton. I mean, we was trying to recycle it. And secondly, I would ask that we do about maybe a 2 or 3 month review. I think we know that the cardboard and these things do good things for the landfill. Therefore, I think the money that comes to the city from the county to do the recycling of that is important. However, there will be a labor difference, and I think that should be looked at after we operate a little while. But I would ask that we maintain that while we get rid of this other stuff and just do a review down the road a little bit, if that's acceptable.
So you're asking, say, the recycle stuff that you have now not be charged to dump it over at there?
landfill,
Yes, that's
which makes
what I'd be
sense.
asking. I mean, we were collecting it, trying to find a way to keep it out, and we've spent labor on it to do that.
I'd be good with that. I don't know what you guys,
What about you, Roger? Okay.
Okay,
and that would hold for Bird City also.
okay. All right.
We don't need a motion on that. I mean, it's,
I don't think so.
okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure.
And then, is that agreeable to just look at it in a couple months of operation and see if we need to adjust that? I mean, that thing is, it's still gonna be labor intensive. Most of it is in the baling and separating of that stuff. And we're obviously, I hope not too much, but we're obviously still gonna have some sorting to do. Once we take away the bins for all the other things, I'm afraid we're gonna be dealing with some.
So just to make it clear, there's only 3 things that you'll be taking?
Correct.
Cardboard,
Yep.
chipboard, and aluminum.
And the chipboard is specific to chipboard, not the other things that are included in that category. And most people don't know that, because they're actually collected separately, and I don't mean that in any other way than it should be clear to most that chipboard's chipboard.
For example, like the difference.
A
like-
cereal box is chipboard, and then
Right.
cardboard has the air gaps
Right,
in it.
but-
So then on the paper, anything, a magazine or whatever, that is considered the same product as chipboard, but we can't bale it, so
Okay.
they can't take it
Okay.
if it's not baled. We tried. We've actually made quite a few bales with that, and between them coming apart and not being very transportable, it's not practical.
So basically, we're gonna do a 2 to 3 month review on the labor-intensive cost of everything, and then we'll kind of have an idea of where it's gonna run?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Just wanted to make sure I got that down right.
Yep. And that was it. Like I said, my concern is that with the messaging is the same. I do think there'll be some, definitely some conversations at the city council level, because they have long been where the recycling gets talked about, but it's funded and its benefit is over here. So I don't want to be in a position, it would sound like the county saying, well, the county won't pay for it anymore. It literally doesn't make sense. It's not a matter of a choice that we don't want to recycle. It's that there's no benefit, and it costs a lot of money to handle that. Unlike it was when there was the organization, but if you think back to that, everybody was paying in quite a bit of money to that organization. It was not
Free.
profitable, but when the single streaming and all that stuff went away, it just really gutted recycling as far as its benefit.
So if we had a place close to haul it, it'd make a world of difference. Where you going to Hutch?
Yeah,
It's a long
exactly,
ways for here.
exactly, so.
Should we put an ad in the paper saying what we're gonna do? That way it'll kind of take some pressure off of the city and the people that are working up there. I mean,
And I was actually gonna ask if it could be even put on the Facebook, and I don't know whether you use yours that way, but we was gonna put it on the city Facebook, and I was gonna just make sure that we was on the same page, and
It'll help deflect,
someone put
for
in
sure.
that the city county has communicated this is the way it is, and if we get
Maybe
something.
there should just be an article in the newspaper about the changes in the recycling program.
That, but have Lila or Jim.
Make sure that, yeah, I just
come
wanna make
up
sure
with
the message is
something
the
and I can
same.
get it put on our
Okay.
Facebook page.
Okay.
Because you reach a lot of people on Facebook, more than you do
Okay.
newspaper.
And
I mean,
right, well,
it
yeah,
can, I mean, you need both.
right.
if you can surf it.
Well, and the main thing is if the message is the same, because like, and I guess this is a question as much as anything, because I know there's gonna be people upset. But now that we know that's what we wanna do, we have to remove the things, we have to put a sign up there that says this. You know, that message should be the same. So until we get on our Facebook, the city, and everybody on the same page, which I wanna have done in a matter of days, not weeks, I think it should be universally, the message should be the same, I
I
guess, is
just
what I'm saying.
wanna displace all the,
It's gonna take you a long time to get them softened up and stuff
Oh,
on there.
without a doubt. I mean, all we
Like
can
you
do is
said,
take
you're
it
gonna
away.
do more sorting now than ever.
Yep. And we may decide that that is practical to do a week or two from now, but sooner, I mean, you've got to get started on it. So I don't know. So we'll get the message from over there to over here correct in what we're doing. And it will reference the county, obviously. So, all right, very good. That's all I
Jared,
have.
thank you.
No
Thank you,
problem.
John.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Steve, will you let Byron know about the dumping?
About what?
Not the charge
Do you
them
need to
on
see this? You
dumping?
need something else?
I'll make sure you know. Yeah.
We're ready for 202?
Did he have something quick?
Who?
Steve? Okay.
Steve?
Did you have something quick?
Nope, I just wanted to.
Oh,
be
okay.
there when JR was here.
Okay, thank you. Hi, how are you?
Morning, how are, I guess, yeah, how are you guys? I was just, you probably noticed the new windows on the front.
Yeah, I
of the
wondered what they
building.
were doing. I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. So, we're looking for an opening of that front part, maybe late spring, early summer. So you all are invited to come down and have a peek at it right now to see what's going on. But, so I just like to come ever so often and say hi and, and keep you informed of what's happening. But, and I think Kelly might be talking to, I don't know if she's gonna talk to you, Brett, has she already talked to you?
Not yet.
We are applying for the Community Service Tax Credit Program. And it's different, I'll leave this here, it's different from other tax credit programs that you might be familiar with, because with this program, if you were to make a donation to the 202 project, and say you donated $1,000, then through this process, they would give, the Department of Commerce would give you 70% of that amount for tax credits, and you'd be issued a number, and then the next year when you paid, your taxes are filed, then you'd be forgiven 70% of it. So actually, your donation to the 202 project would be $300 because you'd pay.
Right.
So anyway, it's different from some of the hospital tax credits and things like that. So the deal is that you have to apply to even get accepted into the program, and there's only like a 45% chance of getting accepted into the program. So and I don't know, you all know there's just page after page after page of information that we have to fill out for this to even get considered. But one of the things that that really counts are letters of support for the project. And so we're hoping that the county will write one, because they're looking for letters from, organizations or city government or county government. So if you all could do that, we would really appreciate this. And here's a little bit more information that Robin Riley put together, because they're on the fundraising team. She's head of that team. And Kelly is also on that team, so she'll probably be talking to some of you, maybe to you, Brad, I'm not sure. So, and we've already gotten a letter from Rick Billinger's office and from Dan Steffens. So we're asking, a lot of people out there. So we really appreciate a letter from the county commissioners too.
I'd be in for that.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing if we can get accepted in it. I mean, really.
You guys have done a lot of work to get all this going too. I don't think
There's a
people-
lot of work involved
Yeah.
in, exactly. Yeah, so, but we would sure appreciate your support. And it's exciting to see Main Street kind of, we're all wanting to see the town prosper. So, So,
Did you
and
want
that
the tax
is,
credit deal back?
no, you guys can keep that or post it or whatever you want to do with it. So anyway, I just was here to tell you about that and tell you that it's a lot of work
Yeah.
to apply, and then you only have a 45% chance of getting accepted, but we're going to go through it.
Good. If you guys need any sand or anything, let me know. I can help you out there.
We may need another load,
Yeah,
Brett.
you let me know, I'll bring it in. Hey, Craig.
Okay. Yeah, we had quite a team helping to smooth that out before, yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your work.
Thanks.
Janet,
Yes.
if you have a sample of the letters of support that you've gotten from the others, if we could take a look at that.
Okay, sure.
To get one drafted.
Yeah, And I think that on this, that Robin included a little bit of information, but I'll send you a copy of that.
That would be
I really
great.
do. Okay.
You guys are a 501c3, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure.
And the thing about it, we're a 501c3, and then also a strategic doing project with the Hanson Foundation, so.
Excellent, thank you.
Western, they're not here.
Not here, but I haven't seen him anyway, so.
Okay, we'll just move on. We'll move on to Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, are you ready?
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Ryan.
So the first thing I have for emergency management is a software called Orion that we did a demonstration on for all 3 counties. And what this is for when we have an emergency situation or a disaster, there's pre-planning that we can go into the map and map out all of our stuff ahead of time. But then if something happens, we can go in and get our early damage assessments, so we know our thresholds and the amount of damage. But then also, if we meet our threshold and we're gonna seek disaster funding, then that all information is all within the database. So then, when we start to apply for FEMA, all that information is pulled and it's automatically sent to the FEMA portal.
Speed it up.
So it'll speed up the process
Good.
significantly.
Wow.
This Orion, I've heard of them. What do
Well,
I
the
do?
appraiser's office actually uses them too.
Okay.
So this all kind of links up, so the valuations from the appraiser's office, we can pull that once a year and put that into this as well. And so like properties, houses, all that, if I click on it and say it's fully destroyed, it'll automatically put the valuation of that. So, and then like on roads, if there's like a 2-mile stretch of road that's washed out in a flash flood event, when we go out and take pictures, it's geocoded to the when I take the picture, and it'll automatically send it into the system. And so like our man hours, equipment hours, all that I get from Kelly will all go in there. And then we'll know like that section of road, exactly what all it costs, all the documentation is there. And it's also records management. So we can pull it in the future to see that section of road is washed out 3 or 4 times. Does that make? So, pricing on this, I worked with them, and since I have 3 counties, we got a deal. We're gonna put all 3 counties together.
Oh.
Kind of like we do our reverse 911 system. And so, by doing that, the first year, which includes all the setup and everything, is $1,275 for Cheyenne County, because that amount is split out for the 3 counties.
So it's $1,275, not $38.25?
Right, so that amount is for all 3 counties together.
Okay,
And so then we'll split that out, so each county will pay a third.
okay.
And then going forward, it'll be around $1,100 a year per county.
Okay.
Will this be coming out of your budget or out of
Yes,
the county?
no, out of my budget.
Okay.
Sounds like a really good.
And so what we'll do is, like we do Code Red, Cheyenne County will pay it, and then Rollins and Sherman County will pay Cheyenne County and reimburse their portion. So it spreads the cost out.
Sounds like a good deal.
It's not that big of a cost.
Hmm?
When you have 3 counties, it's not that big of a
Yeah.
cost.
Well, and I'm here to tell you, I mean, some of you have been involved in those in the past, but just the amount of hours that goes into paperwork and everything else, that is gonna be a cost savings right there, so. I guess I just need a motion
So you're gonna be working with appraisers in 3 counties,
Yeah.
is that right?
They're part of our damage assessment teams anyhow, for like properties. Road and bridge is a big part of it too. We've worked with them a lot in the past, so a lot of our flash flood events. If several counties have it, then we meet the threshold altogether and we can get funding. So,
I don't have a problem with this at all. I'm just trying to see, maybe I missed it. Is it a year to year?
yeah, it's a year to year.
Okay.
So the 1275 for the first year, that includes all the initial setup and
Okay.
everything for the mapping. And then it's 1,100 a year.
12,750, right?
No, $1,275, sorry.
Okay, I make a motion that we sign up with Orin for coordinated and comprehensive disaster pre-planning, mitigation, and damage assessment solutions on an agreement with Cheyenne, Rollins, and Sherman on a year-to-year basis. Oh, I gotta see the price. For first year, $38.25, or 1,000,
Split 3 ways.
split 3 ways, $38.25.
Second.
Okay, it's been first and seconded to enter with this Orion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay,
And just so you guys know, once I get approval in all 3, then I'll proceed, so.
Is K-Camp, are they connected with this since they are pretty much, they're a pool system? I mean, okay.
No, I mean, we work with K-Camp on this because anything that's insured, we can't count. So we
Yeah.
pull that out, but,
So,
okay. For EMS, I just wanted to update you guys, we did have our EMS inspection, it went great. And we are in the process of our annual renewals right now, so we did not have any major deficiencies to correct, so. And then Jill is working on a community foundation grant right now for the binder lifts. They're fairly expensive, but what they are, it's a tool to help pick up people, like if they fall to the floor. It helps not only the patient, but also our techs with lifting them up. And so there's no match for that. So I don't need approval, I just was letting you know that she's writing that grant, so.
and that was for what? I didn't.
They're called binder lifts,
Okay. Binder.
and that'll also help save
the
the
backs.
backs of
Oh,
our.
I know that.
I noticed this month that some of the EMTs have been stepping up and covering more.
Yes, actually, we've had an exciting few months, so, Jill, when a month is full, she'll open up the next month, and back in February, we were already into April. So, as far as being covered, so,
That's
That is
good.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I was tickled when I was looking at the checks this month,
Yeah,
that there was some people that hadn't been covering much, that covered quite a little.
yes.
It's good.
Yep. So the last thing I have is I need 10 minutes of executive session for non-elected personnel.
How many?
10 minutes.
I make a motion for 10 minutes, 10 minutes executive session for non-elected personnel. What's happening to me now?
Okay, it's
What's in
been
that
first and
coffee,
second.
Brad?
I don't know, I smelled it,
Been first and second for 10 minutes of executive session for non-elected personnel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Fill this up. I'll be right back.